Welcome to Past and Present Chronicles. Don't forget to like and subscribe. History is filled with wars, but none shaped the world like this one. A war that engulfed over 100 million people. A war that changed borders, governments, and history itself. This is World War II. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, because history must never be forgotten. It all began with one man. In 1933, Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany, fueling a dangerous ideology of conquest and racial supremacy. Meanwhile, in the Pacific, Japan invaded China in 1937, setting the stage for an even bigger war. The world watched, but did nothing. Then, on September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Britain and France had no choice but to declare war. World War II had begun. The German Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, was unstoppable. France fell in just 6 weeks. Britain stood alone. The Nazis bombed London in the Battle of Britain, but the Royal Air Force fought back. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, became a symbol of resistance. His speeches inspired a nation to stand firm against the Axis powers. Meanwhile, Italy joined Hitler, expanding the Axis powers across Europe, Africa, and the Mediterranean. But war wasn't just in Europe. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. The United States entered the war, turning it into a true global conflict. President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared it a date which will live in infamy, rallying the American people to the cause. The Axis seemed unstoppable. Until everything changed, 1942. The tide begins to turn, the Battle of Stalingrad. The Soviets trapped and destroyed an entire Nazi army. It was Hitler's first major defeat, the Pacific Front. At Midway, the U.S. crushed Japan's navy, shifting the power in the Pacific. Italy falls. In 1943, Allied forces invaded Sicily and Italy. Mussolini's reign was over. D-Day, the invasion of Normandy, June 6, 1944. Over 150,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches of France. It was the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Berlin burns. By April 1945, the Soviets had reached Berlin. Hitler took his own life. Days later, Germany surrendered the atomic bomb. In August, the U.S. dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Japan surrendered. The war was over 75 million lives lost. Cities reduced to rubble. The world forever changed. The Nuremberg trials brought war criminals to justice. The United Nations was formed to prevent another war like this from ever happening again. World War II was over. But its impact still shapes our world today. History is not just stories of the past, it's lessons for the future. If you want more stories like this, hit that like button and subscribe. This was World War II. In 10 minutes, the war's impact was felt in every corner of the globe. From the ruins of Europe to the islands of the Pacific, the scars of battle were everywhere. The war also saw the rise of new superpowers. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged as the dominant global forces, setting the stage for the Cold War. The war spurred technological advancements. Radar, jet engines, and even the early stages of computer technology were all accelerated by the demands of war. Social changes were also profound. Women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers, and the civil rights movement gained momentum as African American soldiers returned home demanding equality. The war also led to the creation of the State of Israel in 1948, a direct result of the Holocaust and the need for a Jewish homeland. Economically, the war ended the Great Depression. Wartime production created jobs and spurred economic growth, laying the foundation for the post-war boom. The war also had a lasting impact on art and culture. Literature, film, and music were all influenced by the experiences of those who lived through the war. The lessons of World War II continue to resonate today. The importance of diplomacy, the dangers of unchecked power, and the need for international cooperation are all reminders of the war's enduring legacy. As we remember the sacrifices made by those who fought and died, we must also strive to learn from the past to build a better future. The war also brought about significant geopolitical changes. Colonial empires began to dissolve, leading to the independence of many nations in Asia and Africa. The Marshall Plan, initiated by the United States, helped rebuild war-torn Europe, fostering economic recovery and political stability. The United States' entry into the war was a turning point. American industry ramped up production, creating tanks, planes, and ships at an unprecedented rate. American soldiers trained rigorously, preparing for battles on multiple fronts. Their presence bolstered the Allied forces in Europe and the Pacific. Winston Churchill worked closely with President Roosevelt, forging a strong alliance between the United States and Britain. Their partnership was crucial in planning and executing key military strategies. American forces played a significant role in the liberation of Europe. From the beaches of Normandy to the streets of Berlin, their bravery and determination were instrumental in defeating the Axis powers. In the Pacific, American soldiers faced fierce resistance from Japanese forces. Battles like Iwo Jima and Okinawa were brutal, but the determination of the American troops never wavered. The war effort at home was equally important. American factories produced vast quantities of war materials, and citizens participated in rationing and war bond drives to support the troops. The collaboration between the United States and its allies was a testament to the power of unity and shared purpose. Together, they overcame immense challenges and emerged victorious. The aftermath of World War II saw Europe in ruins. Cities were destroyed, economies shattered, and millions of people displaced. The formation of the United Nations in 1945 aimed to foster international cooperation and prevent future conflicts. The beginning of the Cold War marked a new era of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union, shaping global politics for decades. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical insights.